Imagine a star so dark that it absorbs all light around it. Now picture a night sky filled with stunning phenomena, from planetary alignments to meteor showers. February 2025 will bring a rare celestial spectacle to both the northern and southern hemispheres, and we have all the dates listed for you. Let's dive into what makes February 2025 so extraordinary for stargazers. February 1st, conjunction and close approach of the Moon and Venus. On the evening of February 1st, sky watchers will be treated to a stunning celestial event as the Moon and Venus appear in close proximity in the night sky. This conjunction and close approach of the two celestial bodies will provide a captivating sight, perfect for both casual observers and avid stargazers. Venus, often referred to as the evening star, is one of the brightest objects in the sky after the Sun and the Moon. Its dazzling glow will make it easy to spot, even in areas with moderate light pollution. The crescent moon, with its illuminated portion beautifully highlighted, will enhance the spectacle, creating a breathtaking contrast against the darkening sky. The conjunction occurs when the two objects share the same right ascension, appearing to align closely from our perspective on Earth. During this event, the Moon and Venus will appear separated by only a few degrees, making it possible to view both within the same field of view through binoculars or a telescope. Even with the naked eye, the pairing will be an impressive sight to observe. This event can be viewed toward the western horizon shortly after sunset. The best time to enjoy this celestial display will be about 30 to 60 minutes after sunset, when the sky is dark enough to appreciate their brilliance, but before they set below the horizon. February 4th, Jupiter ends retrograde motion. On February 4th, Jupiter will complete its retrograde motion and resume direct motion in the sky. This marks a significant shift in the planet's movement as observed from Earth, making it an excellent time for stargazers to observe the king of the planets. Retrograde motion occurs when a planet appears to move backward in the sky relative to the background stars. This optical illusion is caused by differences in orbital speed between Earth and the planet in question. Jupiter, being farther from the Sun than Earth, experiences retrograde motion periodically as Earth overtakes it in its orbit. As Jupiter resumes direct motion, it will become increasingly prominent in the evening sky, offering extended opportunities for observation. Its bright, steady glow makes it one of the easiest planets to spot with the naked eye, even in light-polluted areas. For those with binoculars or a telescope, Jupiter is a treasure trove of sights. Its four largest moons, Io, Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto, are often visible, appearing as tiny points of light near the planet. A telescope may even reveal Jupiter's cloud bands and the iconic Great Red Spot. To observe Jupiter, look toward the southeastern to southern sky after sunset. It will be the brightest object in that part of the sky. As the night progresses, it will climb higher, providing clearer views. February 5th, first quarter moon. On February 5th, the moon will reach its first quarter phase, a key milestone in its monthly cycle. During this phase, the moon appears half illuminated, with the right-hand side lit up for observers in the northern hemisphere. This beautiful sight makes the first quarter moon a favorite for casual stargazers and amateur astronomers alike. The first quarter phase occurs roughly 1 week after the new moon. At this point, the moon is positioned 90 degrees away from the sun as seen from Earth, meaning sunlight illuminates half of its visible surface. This phase is ideal for evening observation, as the moon rises in the afternoon and remains visible until midnight or later, depending on your location. One of the most exciting aspects of the first quarter moon is the opportunity it provides for observing its surface features in detail. The contrast between light and shadow along the terminator line, the boundary between the illuminated and dark sides, reveals craters, mountain ranges, and valleys with incredible clarity. The slanted sunlight along this line casts long shadows, emphasizing the moon's rugged terrain, making it an excellent time for lunar photography or telescopic viewing. February 6th, close approach of the moon and the Pleiades, M45. On February 6th, skywatchers will be treated to a spectacular celestial pairing as the moon makes a close approach to the Pleiades star cluster, Messier 45. This beautiful conjunction offers a striking view, particularly through binoculars or a small telescope, making it a must-see event for anyone with a passion for the night sky. The Pleiades, sometimes called the Seven Sisters, is one of the most famous open star clusters in the sky, located in the constellation Taurus. It consists of hundreds of stars, though the brightest 7 are easily visible to the naked eye under dark skies. The cluster stars are young, hot, and blue, and they often appear surrounded by a faint nebulosity in long exposure photographs. During this close approach, the moon will pass just a few degrees away from the Pleiades. While the moon will be in its waxing gibbous phase and therefore quite bright, its proximity to the cluster will create a stunning contrast between the moon's glow and the delicate sparkle of the Pleiades. Observers in darker areas may still catch the cluster with the naked eye, but binoculars or a telescope will provide the best views, revealing more stars and the intricate beauty of the cluster. February 7th. Conjunction and close approach of the Moon and Jupiter. On February 7th, the Moon and Jupiter will come together in a spectacular celestial event, creating a striking conjunction and close approach visible in the night sky. This pairing of two prominent objects, one a glowing satellite and the other a bright gas giant, will be an unforgettable sight for stargazers around the world. Jupiter, known as the king of the planets, will be easily visible due to its size and brightness. Its steady white light will stand out against the dark backdrop of the night sky, even without a telescope. Observers can spot Jupiter, and with the aid of binoculars, they may even see its 4 largest moons, Io, Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto, shining as tiny points of light near the planet. Meanwhile, the moon will be in its waxing gibbous phase, meaning it will be nearly fully illuminated. The contrast between the bright pale light of the moon and the steady glow of Jupiter will create a dramatic effect, especially when viewed with the naked eye. To observe this conjunction, look toward the southeastern sky after sunset. The moon will be the first to rise, followed by Jupiter, which will grow more prominent as the night progresses. The best time to catch this close approach will be about an hour or two after sunset, when both the moon and Jupiter are high enough in the sky to be clearly visible. February 9th. Conjunction and close approach of the Moon and Mars. On February 9th, the Moon and Mars will align in a beautiful celestial event as they come into close proximity in the night sky. This conjunction and close approach will present an excellent opportunity for observers to enjoy the distinct beauty of both celestial objects, which will be visible in close proximity to each other. Mars, often referred to as the red planet, is one of the most intriguing objects in the night sky. Its reddish hue, caused by iron oxide, rust, on its surface, makes it stand out against the dark expanse of the heavens. On this night, Mars will be positioned near the moon, forming an impressive visual pairing. Even without a telescope, its striking color and brightness will make it easy to spot. But those with binoculars or a telescope will be rewarded with more detailed views of the planet, including surface features and its distinctive reddish tint. The moon, in its waxing gibbous phase, will be nearly fully illuminated and will shine brightly near Mars. The close approach of these two celestial bodies will create a beautiful contrast with the moon's silvery light against the reddish glow of Mars, making for a striking visual display. February 10th. Venus at highest altitude in evening sky. On February 10th, Venus will reach its greatest elongation east, marking the point where the planet appears furthest from the sun in the evening sky. This event makes Venus the brightest and most prominent object in the western sky after the moon, offering a stunning celestial sight for observers around the world. Greatest elongation occurs when Venus, being an inferior planet, closer to the sun than Earth, is at its farthest angular distance from the sun. During this time, it is visible for a longer period after sunset, shining brightly as the evening star. Venus will be positioned high in the western sky shortly after sunset, making it a prime target for evening observation. Its brilliant, steady white light will easily stand out from the surrounding stars, and its apparent brightness will make it a beacon in the twilight. To observe Venus at its greatest elongation, simply look toward the western horizon after sunset. The best time to spot it will be about 30 to 60 minutes after the sun has set, when the sky has darkened enough for Venus to shine brightly. February 12th. Full moon. On February 12th, the moon will reach its full moon phase, illuminating the night sky in all its glory. This full moon is commonly referred to as the snow moon, a name that has its roots in Native American and Old Farmer's Almanac traditions. It's named for the typically heavy snowfall that occurs in February in the Northern Hemisphere, where winter weather is at its peak. During the full moon, the entire face of the moon is fully illuminated by the sun, creating a bright round disk in the sky. This makes the full moon one of the most striking and easily recognizable events in the lunar cycle. The snow moon will be no exception, providing a spectacular display of light in the night sky. Its brightness will be so intense that it can even cast shadows on the ground, especially in areas where the landscape is covered in snow, amplifying the moon's presence. The full moon occurs when the Earth is positioned between the sun and the moon, causing the sun's light to fully illuminate the moon's surface. This alignment allows us to observe the moon's entire face, revealing its craters, plains, and other surface features in stark detail. February 16th, Venus at greatest brightness. On February 16th, Venus will reach its greatest brightness, making it a spectacular sight in the evening sky. Known as the evening star, Venus will shine at its brightest magnitude, easily outshining all the stars in the sky except for the moon. This is the perfect time for stargazers to observe this dazzling planet, which will be visible for several hours after sunset. Venus reaches its maximum brightness when it is in a phase known as inferior conjunction, meaning it is closest to Earth in its orbit. At this point, Venus is reflecting the most sunlight, making it the brightest object in the sky after the moon. Venus's brilliance is due to its thick cloud cover, which reflects sunlight very efficiently, as well as its proximity to the sun. The intense glow of Venus will make it visible even from urban areas with moderate light pollution. On February 16th, Venus will be located in the western sky just after sunset, where it will remain visible for a few hours before sinking below the horizon. It will appear as a bright, steady point of light with no twinkling, a feature that distinguishes planets from stars. February 20th, last quarter moon. On February 20th, the moon will reach its last quarter phase, offering a beautiful and distinctive sight in the morning sky. During this phase, the moon will appear half illuminated, with the left half visible in the northern hemisphere and the right half visible in the southern hemisphere. This phase occurs roughly 3 weeks after the full moon, marking the transition from the waxing phases to the waning phases of the lunar cycle. The moon will rise around midnight and can be seen in the early morning hours, typically between midnight and sunrise. February 24th, Mars ends retrograde motion. On February 24th, Mars will end its retrograde motion and resume its direct motion in the night sky. This marks the end of a period when Mars appeared to move backward relative to the stars, an optical illusion caused by the relative orbits of Earth and Mars. As Mars resumes its direct motion, it will return to its usual eastward movement across the sky, making it a more favorable object for evening observation. February 28th, Planetary Parade. On February 28th, skywatchers will be treated to a rare and extraordinary planetary parade where all 7 of the other planets in our solar system, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, will align in the night sky. This event provides a unique opportunity to observe multiple planets at once, creating a stunning display that will be visible from Earth. A planetary parade occurs when several planets line up in the sky from our perspective, making it possible to see them in a narrow band across the horizon. Be sure not to miss this rare alignment on February 28th, as it's an unforgettable moment to appreciate the beauty and complexity of our solar system. As you mark your calendars for these highlights, don't forget to check your local weather and find a dark, clear spot with an unobstructed view of the horizon for the best experience. With the right preparation, you'll be able to witness some of the most spectacular sights the universe has to offer. Continuing into February 2025, another celestial treat arrives on February 19th with the Moon and Saturn conjunction. During this event, the Moon will pass very close to the ringed planet, Saturn, creating a stunning visual contrast. Saturn, known for its majestic rings, will be visible through a telescope, showing off its faint yellowish hue and spectacular rings, which often fascinate amateur astronomers. Even with the naked eye, Saturn's distinct, Steady light will make it stand out against the deepening twilight sky. For the best viewing experience, observers should aim their gaze toward the southeastern sky as night falls, with the moon appearing first, followed shortly by Saturn. Although Saturn is far from Earth, it will still provide an impressive sight through binoculars or a small telescope, revealing the delicate details of its rings. On February 22 ND, Mercury will reach its greatest elongation west, making it a prime time for observers to see the planet in the pre-dawn sky. Unlike Venus, which shines brightly in the evening, Mercury's visibility is often more fleeting, making this rare event even more exciting for skywatchers. When Mercury is at its greatest elongation, it will be positioned farthest from the Sun, offering a better view during morning hours, around 30 to 60 minutes before the sun rises. This gives a clear opportunity to spot Mercury as a small, steady point of light. The planet's surface, which is largely cratered and barren, might not be visible to the naked eye, but a telescope will offer a closer look at this inner planet, which is slightly larger than Earth's moon and orbits the Sun more quickly than any other planet in the solar system. February 25th brings another fascinating event, the close approach of the Moon and Uranus. While the Moon will be easily visible to the naked eye, Uranus, due to its distance and faintness, will require binoculars or a telescope. Positioned in the constellation Aries, Uranus can be a tricky target to locate, but its characteristic blue-green hue, due to methane in its atmosphere, makes it a unique sight for stargazers. During the close approach, Uranus will appear just a few degrees from the Moon, providing a stunning contrast between the Moon's bright, silvery glow and Uranus's distant, icy blue light. The event will be visible in the late evening or early morning hours, depending on your location, with the best viewing occurring once the sky is sufficiently darkened. As February draws to a close, February 27th will offer a last opportunity to catch a glimpse of the Moon in close proximity to Neptune. Located far beyond Uranus, Neptune's faint, bluish glow will make this event more challenging, yet rewarding, for those with telescopes. Like its neighboring planets, Neptune has a vibrant blue color due to its thick atmosphere, which is composed mainly of hydrogen, helium, and methane. Its appearance next to the Moon offers a delightful contrast, though its distant position makes it far less prominent compared to its brighter celestial neighbors. This conjunction offers an interesting challenge for observers to locate Neptune amidst the twinkling stars in the late evening or early morning sky. Keep in mind that, as with previous events, a clear and dark sky will be key to enjoying the spectacle.